Jain. Many of you know me as your typical student, always worried about the science fair and genuinely thinks now. But after a little bit of convincing that my passion for calculus would never win, my parents let me take flight at piano in my class. Immediately, I was immersed in a whole new world, full of challenges like paying attention to the subtle details, learning to improvise quickly, and singing in front of hundreds of people. I gained many experiences that I never would encounter in NST. Over the last 4 years, often shaped by our habits, we all learned and grown in different ways. I wanted to make sure that we can all take at least one thing from each other. So I asked for help to gather one lesson from every magnet. One. A friend of mine in MST once completely bombed the chem test, and he freaked out. Full panic mode, existential crisis, considering a new career path. And for a while, he had convinced himself that he just wasn't cut out for it. Some people get chemistry, and he wasn't one. But after a little bit of convincing and weeks of getting frustrated every time he missed a question, he made a choice to study. He watched YouTube, read the textbook, took practice tests for hours upon hours until finally he improved his score by over 20%. Face it, it is so easy to want to give up. But he didn't. Because setbacks are an inherent part of every journey. And if we give up at every hurdle, progress will be impossible. 2. A visual arts student told me that the hard part of making art wasn't the sketching, painting, or sculpting, no. For her, it was putting her work out there, letting other people see and judge it. She told me about a project she spent weeks perfecting, only to start doubting herself at the last step, because what if people hated it? But she put it up anyways, partly because she needed a grade, yes, but also because she was truly proud of the work she had done. The effort she put in and the message behind it. So who cares what other people think? The fear of failure will hold us back more than our actual ability to overcome. 3. A student in journalism and communication spoke to me about what goes into it. The endless cycle of interviews, quotes, edits, and deadlines, the sheer amount of effort it takes to put together just one piece can be exhausting. She does it anyways. Because behind every breaking news segment, feature piece, photo collage, and line of poetry, she told me, there is purpose. She creates because her stories matter. Her words, images, and voice carry an important message that she knows in her heart needs to be shared. Whether it's an art, an experience, a painting, or a performance, everything we do should mean something to us. 4. One of my YPAS requirements chose to highlight a constant struggle within our ensemble, one that Mr. Cook was actively correcting just now as we sang the national anthem. Too often, as we bury our heads into our binders instead of watching our director, we rush. The whole choir races to the finish, forgetting dynamics, phrasing, everything that makes the piece beautiful, only caring about getting to the end. But music isn't about the last note. It's supposed to be about the journey in between them. Like music, we all have to slow down and enjoy the time we have. Because those beautiful moments aren't at the finish line. There are all the little things that happen before we get there. 5. HSU stands out as one of the most diverse magnets at man, reflecting a broad spectrum of interests and the freedom to move between them. As a result, I didn't know if one lesson would be enough, and yet, all students I spoke to told me the same. HSU's most valuable lesson arises from not being confined to one specific discipline. One student entered high school certain she was a writer, But the freedom to explore led her to STEM, taking advanced science and engineering courses she never expected to enjoy. Another child was set on being a historian or a teacher. But after learning to play guitar with iPads, he found a passion for music and writing songs. The truth is, no matter what we've done these last 4 years, nothing is set. Keep exploring, keep discovering your passions, and keep an open mind. It's in that freedom that we learn who we are. Soon, we'll all hold a piece of paper in our hands that marks this duPont manual journey's end. No more crowded Center Hall traffic, no more races to get tables in the courtyard, no more mentions of excellence, diversity, and tradition on the morning announcements. No more chances for you all to crush male in all but 2 varsity sports this year. Let's just say, it's been a bad year to be a male bull. But still, soon, there will be no hate. No longer will we stand together in the same place. We have an opportunity to do something great, to make the duPont manual class of 2025 live on by carrying forward the lessons that we learned. In that way, we can remain forever crimsons. So let's not let our diploma be a dead certificate to what came before, but instead take it to what comes next. Us, our homeworld, remembering our classmates' words of wisdom. 5 must-dos for DuPont. Say it with me. Do. Overcome failure. Be brave. Work with purpose. Enjoy little things. And finally, always stay curious. If we can do that, we can do anything. Congratulations, duPont manual class of 2025.
And at this time, our senior class historian, Samantha Hayden, has a special request to make for our audience.
On behalf of the graduating class, and so that each student has the opportunity to hear their name called on this special day, I'm requesting that family, members, and friends of the graduates please stand when the graduate's name is called, in keeping with the manual tradition that distinguishes our commencement ceremony from others. All these students have worked hard for 4 years, and they want this ceremony to reflect the dignity that their work deserves. We also know that this is a joyful time for families, and we recognize that families may cheer for their child. However, after your child's name has been called, please allow for the next student's name to be heard so that each family can celebrate. All members of this class deserve their individual moment. The class also requests that audience members refrain